We've got big plans for the small boat. We're learning as we go. So come along, we'll teach you stuff as we go building Windpuff.
Okay, we are back working on Windpuff. So what we're gonna be doing now is we're gonna get all of the scuzz from when I was trying to make the template, all of that cleaned off. And then we're also going to sand back the gel coat. Not all the way, but fair enough amount. All the way back in this area. That way we can then attach the hull, or attach the transom to the hull and have it tab on properly. So that's the first thing we're gonna do. Now the original plan was that we were gonna build the entire project here on the hard and then launch it when it was finished, and it'd be pretty and everything would be awesome. But the problem is it took me an hour and a half with all the traffic to get here. So that means that today, my working time got cut out by 3 hours because I have to drive to and from this boat. So for that reason, we changed our plan. We're going to simply attach the transom, not do anything else, and then launch it and tow it up to Baltimore. In Baltimore, it'll be a lot closer to where we're living, and then we can finish out everything and get the whole boat finished out while it's in the water, which the nice part there is while we're building the interior, we can make sure that we're not screwing up the weight distribution. We won't launch the boat and then realize, whoops, it lists a bit. While we're building it, we can keep an eye on the weight because we'll see in real time how does the boat shift and adjust to the weight of different parts of the boat in different areas of the boat. So that's the new plan. We're just gonna add the transom. I'm gonna fair this part because this is really hard to do in the water. The sides, I have better access to working from a dinghy. So that's where we are. We're just gonna get all of this ready, stick the transom on, take care of the bottom paint. We're gonna do that before we launch. Don't worry, guys. Close up all the through holes, all that business. And then we're gonna head out and take this boat up to Baltimore and finish out the whole rest of the build up in the city, closer to Wisdom. And now I can never turn off that vacuum because then the wasps are gonna come out pissed. It's super hot today, so to avoid having the resin kicking like really quickly, I'm chilling it. So I had it in one of those powered coolers. It's about, it was set to 40 degrees to get the temperature down. They're at about 60, so they're nice and cool. When I put them on this hot fiberglass though, they're gonna warm right up and set, but it'll give me a little more working time. So when the resin changes from that bluish green color to this brown color you got here, that's when it gels. It's gelling really quickly because it's so hot. So our working time, even though it's polyester, is like none. All right, with that, we have the transom stuck on. Now it's still tied up with the ropes just for safety. This is by no means strong. This is just to hold it here and get the process started. So now that we have the outside on-ish, sort of, what we're gonna do is come from the inside tomorrow and go filling that in and really build up the bond between the transom extension and the transom of the old boat and get that all built up and actually make it a strong connection. It's nice and uniform. So all of this is lumpy and gross and we need to sand it tomorrow and then put more fiberglass on and just go building it up in layers. That way we create a nice big long connection that's just grabbing it like this. So that's the next step. So this is the very beginning of a very, very long process of making your boat just a little bit longer. So in this case, we're going for 4 feet in the back, and later we're gonna be doing 6 feet in the front. Yesterday, I attached this big piece of fiberglass to this really big piece of fiberglass by using more fiberglass. So we simply tabbed from this to here with fiberglass and polyester resin. So we sanded everything to give it a good tooth and then stuck it on. And based on math and material data sheets, apparently we would need 2 square inches of fiberglass on this side and on this side to support this whole thing. So we have well more than 2 inches. So theoretically, it should hold. And the best test comes when I push here. Nothing happens. So the ropes are holding it for the pulling down motion, but nothing's holding it for the going up motion. So when I push, nothing flexes. That's a pretty good sign. So what we're going to be doing today is, you guessed it, more fiberglass. So we're going to be sanding all of this, make it nice and smooth. That way we can put more layers of fiberglass on to smooth this out and make it look better, but also make it a lot stronger of a connection between these two. So let's get started. Okay, so I sanded down these tabbings, and all the areas where there's like a big hole like there, that's because I had a big bubble. So you're not supposed to fiberglass when it's hot because the stuff can set too quick and it'll actually bond to nothing. It'll just fuse and cure, not fuse, it'll cure in place before it actually touches the hull, and then it won't stick to the hull. And that is completely worthless. So those areas you then have to grind off and then go over again, and it's extra work, which is why you shouldn't fiberglass in the heat, but time constraints and I gotta get it done. So working, then patching. Now this side was especially bad. We have a bunch of big bubbles that formed. So we ground them out. Everything that is still there is really well attached. So that means that the next layer that goes on will be also well attached after we grind off any weak parts, naturally. But now we're gonna move to the inside of all of this and get that taken care of. Okay, as we move to the inside, you can see there's a really big gap between the boat and the transom. And the only part that's actually hitting is up there by the gunnel. This is why when I made the transom extension in the garage, I did not really worry about getting it perfect up to the boat because I knew that I would never get it perfect up to the boat. So why try? So I made it close enough, that way it's close enough, gets to the boat, and then we'll bridge the gap and we'll fill it in with a bunch of fiberglass and then tab it and everything else. So it'll become a strong connection and a tight bond from transom extension to transom, but why stress it when we're gonna get here and have the same situation anyway? You get one high spot and everything else is gonna be off. We could either sit here and adjust forever to get those high spots off, or just put in new fiberglass, bridge the gap, and call it a day. The name Dove is gone, and we have this blank transom here, and we're gonna do the proper naming. So we're gonna write Windpuff on the back, and Windpuff is finally getting his name after, oh my God, 9 years. 9 years. I think it's been 9 years. Wow. All right, so we've been calling Windpuff for 9 years, and we've had the best of intentions of switching the name from Dove to Windpuff on the actual boat. But today is the day. Let's get writing. So one thing that needs to be done before we launch is the bottom. So we need to paint this. We also have a ton of through hulls, and for a boat that the goal is to have as few through hulls as possible, ideally none, but I think we're gonna have one. But anyway, there's a ton of through hulls on this thing. So we need to get rid of them. So that means I need to take them out, fill up the holes, all that, ferret, and then we have to paint everything. So there's so much work here that we don't really have time to spend on this, because this we can tackle in Baltimore. That I can't do once the boat is floating. So we're gonna get all of that done really quickly and then get ourselves in the water and get this boat towed up to Baltimore. That way we can keep working, because that's what I seem to do a lot of, just work, work, work. All right, so I'm excited that this is concluded, hopefully. As long as when we take this off, nothing starts like sagging or falling. And then, yeah, then we just start working on the bottom. So that's the next project for Windpuff.
Thanks for watching this episode of Sailing Wisdom. Don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next Rigging Doctor episode. And if you're interested in even more Rigging Doctor awesomeness, consider becoming a patron to see all of our extras. Can't wait to see you next time as you join us out here on the high seas.